Right, so I guess this is just going to be the ability and taming guide stuff. And I'm on my deinotherium called Deer, and I have tamed a male and a female. That's also one of their abilities, is they can slam. And what you're going to want to do is to tame them, is you need to have beer, and I gotta get down from it real quick to show that, but show what I do. It'll start sniffing if you have beer, and then you can go up to it, like this far, this distance, and it'll start doing some moves. It'll do a head shake where it shakes its whole head. It'll do a trunk twist. Well, it won't guarantee to do. It has to do all three of these, I'm going to tell you. Head shake, trunk going side to side, left and right, ears flapping. If its trunk is to the side, that's bad. That means it's aggressive even if it does that. If its ears are fully back and you can't see them, or you can barely see them from the front of it, that's bad. But if none of those are present and it does the head shake, the ear flap, like it flaps its ears back and forth, then it does a trunk swing left and right. That's good. You can go up to it and it'll automatically drink it. You don't have to do the triangle or anything like that. And it has to do all those because it's building trust. It likes when you don't forcefully try to go and feed it. Now I do have a breeding pair, which means I have infinite deinotheriums now. So I can just keep breeding and breeding and breeding the two, and I could go back to Valgiro, but I was thinking I could probably just nah, probably not. Just stay here. And that was how to tame them more. Like it, but to tame them you just got to do all that. And if they're in the wild and you don't have deer, they are aggressive. They don't eat anything else. So you will need beer. Now, beer can be gotten from drops, or from beer barrels after 1 hour. You can just put, I think 100 thatch is the best. 50 berries of any kind. Not narcoberries or stimberries, I think, but I don't know. And you can, and then you have to put a empty water jar, which requires 2 crystal, 7 cement space, and 5 hide. And that's all it requires, and you only need 1 to tame one of a low level. But this is the saddle. The saddle isn't very expensive. Let me show you the saddle cost. And it is at a high level. Let's see the level. And they're hard to tame, but well, they're not really hard to tame unless you have the stuff. They do spawn on Valgiro, mostly in the spot from episode 1. But, you know. So they require 150 cementing paste, hide, wood, fiber, metal ingot. And this is just something from the Bob's Tall Tales or something DLC. It costs money. And this is actually a new creature. I've never tamed one. Blade Wasp, Hive, yeah. And their ability, their main and only ability is I think they have a cosmetic roar, which is L1. And for their real roar, the buff roar that could be in the wild if you get too close, they do that, and then they get a buff, which is defense route. URL, see 5% less damage, which affects everything. It's something that gives a buff. It's basically just Courage Roar. And for the main attack, it's a stomp. But if you're trying to go to like a different side, you can go and transfer over to a different side, or you can do that. Character does need some food, and they are very good berry collectors. And if you can, and to stop them from getting too many berries that they become encumbered, you can go to harvest settings and disable resource harvesting. Now, victim item collection is for if they like get too much like meats, because too much meats can also weigh them down, but berries are more weight. And I want to also tell you how to transfer your items, like beer from different maps so it's easier to get. Which on the map Valgiro, I made these beers. You're going to want to follow the obelisk, go to any obelisk on the map of beer that you have. So I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to go over, and to transfer tames, all you got to do is go to the creatures tab, which is up on the top. It's not really top, but it's near the top. And you can click on it and then upload tames, and then click on them, upload. They won't be gone, but they will just be down there. You gotta click on them and then it'll summon them. But to upload your stuff you need to transfer over somewhere, like any map, you can transfer to any map except Extinction. But see they're uploaded tames, and if I take out Destiny, you can see it's out and it's like on to like the place. And now if you go to the creatures tab, you can put, see its name and what it is, and you can upload it, and then it'll disappear, and then it'll go down here, and I can summon that. Now, they will use their inventory if you do summon them. If you do put them in there, like, I just deleted my Snow Owl saddle by accident, so I can make another. But if you put them in there, it'll say, Art Creatures is like if you put an art creature in here, and to transfer stuff over, you have anything in your inventory, put it over into here, and it should say Arc Item Slots, not Transmitter Item Slots. That's what happens when you put them in here. Now, when they're in here, it shows you that these things will always appear. When I take them out, it shows that there's like 3 little folder things. And when it does that, that means all that stuff that just transferred, that it just transferred over to somewhere else. Like if you put the Snow Owl saddle into here, it says Arc Item Slots, but it doesn't appear. It appears in the inventory. And then if you take it out, so if you want to transfer anything except element and other stuff, all you need is that. All you're gonna need to do is put it right in. To upload your survivor, you click that, and then you have to click the options button or whatever pulls up this menu, and then click exit to menu. Then you can go back into the play game kind of tab. And then you gotta click on whatever map, and it can have a save file with a survivor on it, but the survivor can't actually be like, you can't use their tames. You can only use the tames that you have tamed. Like this specific character, if I had like a character named Bob and I tamed that and I transferred this character over from Valgiro, I wouldn't be able to get on it because it's his. It's like that for the characters. And that's what happened to my extinction save. I accidentally deleted the character that owned them, so I didn't have any of them. And that's how you do that. And when you upload your survivor, all you gotta do is go to an obelisk like this. Then go to inventory, you'll see that. And then go to creatures, you'll see all these. Anything you had uploaded. And then on extinction, this doesn't work. I mean, it works, you can do it, you can go to extinction, you can transfer your character over. But a thing is, your character will, everything in your inventory will just despawn. It'll permanently go out of existence. You can't get it back. But what actually happens when you go to extinction that causes it not to work anymore is it glitches the game. It causes the game to, no, it doesn't glitch the game at all. It causes a problem with extinction where basically, since the obelisks are underground in caves where it's very dangerous, like rock elementals, not raw golems, rock elementals, the little ones, and mantises, you'll need a strong tame. Most likely a flyer, any kind of flyer. A Lymantria with decent stamina could work too. And that's all you would really need to do that. On extinction, you just need to have a strong flyer over there. Like, you just gotta tame something strong enough to push through and kill all the creatures. It could have low health through high damage, or low damage but high health, but high damage is better. But if you're on single player, it should be easier. The transfer on servers is the same thing. It's just like there's a 24-hour limit. Ooh, Alpha. And they can't actually hit you, because Hitbox of the Deinotherium is really big, and in front of the legs, it's kind of weird. And I just killed that Alpha Raptor. It can't get meat. It can't like absorb meat, like eat the body. And these things can get up easily up to 50k on a single player. And their saddle, this isn't a platform saddle, but I think they actually do act as beer barrels, because there is like a barrel back here. But I don't know. And they have like a little platform, like this big, like, whole saddle. That isn't actually a physical object. None of this is. It's just like a kind of there. Which is cool, which is really cool. It's a really cool saddle, but you're not really looking for actual physical things, because it would probably take up a lot. And you could actually see more of the size comparison between an Alpha Raptor and a Rio Raptor. Because the Alpha Raptor is bigger. And they also do give decent loot. But you need to be able to, like... Yeah, I see I just got that from that. And I got this, and I got some prime and some arrows. And they're really good. Just if you want some decent loot. And if you have a strong enough tame. And it's always nighttime in Ark sometimes. It's kind of a feature, like... It's kind of weird why there's always so many. But I'm actually going to breed and go back to Valgiro for a second and like show the process of uploading your survivor more in depth. And remember, when you're uploading stuff and you're trying to transfer to a different map, make sure to put the saddle as a individual transfer. It won't stay on the tame itself. And also, if you have like a mod installed, you can transfer them too. Unless it's like probably a weird mod where it's like super, like has a lot of individual things, and mods can sometimes glitch it out, like mod items, so I would recommend you just find a workaround instead of that. And deinotheriums, I think they weren't actually a real creature until they added them into the game. But I will have to go to inventory. And now it's arc item slots too. Need to transfer my girl. Yeah, my girl. It was a level 1 too, which does suck. And yep, it's gone. Check. Make sure to double check. It's just good. You don't have to, but just good to do. And I'm gonna save my game. Let's go in here, click upload survivor, and then it'll bring you to this menu, but that's just to upload, re-upload your person to the map.